Okay, good, because it's on.
Oh, good.
So we're back. We're going to finish the ponies and put on our mane. And, well, we have to put a kind of a pelt area on the neck and our mane and finish our tail. And for this pony, I'm going to show you guys how to do the dapples. But those of you making other colors, you could do some spots or dapples or white socks or whatever. All right, let's not waste any time, unless you have something important to say.
Nope.
Okay, get to it. Okay, we need to get some top coat onto the neck. And so we're going to do a pelt. On the dapple pony, I'll just use white, and I'll just pull some off. And you want it to be the distance of the neck from here to here. And nice and wide, because we want it to actually, what's going to happen is, it's gonna stick up on off each side. We're gonna put it on this way. I'll show you. It's good. Trust me, it's a good idea. Okay. So just lay it out and felt it a little bit. Thin but consistent. Don't let there be bald spots. I see a bald spot, so I'm laying a little bit more wool over it.
What do you call a bald pony?
I don't know what.
It's not a joke. I'm just wondering.
Well, there is a color called piebald, but it doesn't mean that the pony's bald.
Oh.
It means, I think it means that it's spotted. Alright, I'm not going to go crazy on that, but I just want to felt it enough so that when I pick it up, it sticks together. And then stretch your pony's head and neck out and make sure you're centered, and you're just going to encase the neck like a taco.
Are we back on food again?
Yes. Into this little pelt. And let the fringe just stick up off the, it almost looks like it's the beginning of the mane. See? Just let it stick up like that. I gotta do the other side. You may need a little more top coat color on the chest and shoulders depending on how your pelt, you know, what size it was and how it's coming together. Am I doing it right?
Well, are you going to use that fringe to attach the mane?
Yes.
It's genius, people.
Thank you. What happens is, when we put the mane in, the fringe just kind of blends with it. And I did make a pelt, right? I did.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like my pelt was a little wimpy or something. So I'm just using some more top coat on his shoulders and chest. Just so everything blends nicely. Alright, so you can spend more time than I am sculpting this neck shape on, but it's not much to it. Just putting the piece on. Oh, he's going to be very stately. Okay, so this is fun, getting out the locks. And I know there was a piece in here that I was like, ooh, that's amazing. I'm going to use that for the mane. Do you remember that?
I do. Was that the first bag that
disappeared?
Yes.
Could be. There's still good locks in here, though. Okay. So, some of you have Surrey. Some of you have Lincoln locks. This is Lincoln locks. Sorry, Milo. I put the pony right in front of your face. So, I like to take them, kind of pull them apart, straighten them out. You can even comb them out. And then alternate the cut end and the, far end from the sheep, and overlap them so that you have a little bit of each type of end on each side. And actually, before we put the mane on, select one nice lock to be the forelock. We'll do that first. This one's really pretty. So you only need about a 1/2 inch. Not too much. And then I'm just gonna see if there's anything better. Okay. Set that aside. So I have one lock here, and I'm just gonna put, let me think, the cut end sort of facing down towards his eyes, and needle felt between the ears, but then I'm gonna fold the pretty end over top of that. And you could take a small piece of wool and lay it over this where we're felting, just to make sure it stays. Kind of like you do with the woodles, but you don't really need a woodle. You just staple it on with a small bit of wool. And then fold this end of the locks over, forward. And that creates his forelock. And now we're going to lay out the rest of the mane. So just take your time, find good pieces. I'm going to lay, like I said, I lay some this way and then some the other way so that there's both types of ends showing. And then just move it over. Set your pony down and try to kind of press his neck down onto your felting surface, and you're going to spread this top coat wool apart and reveal the top of his neck, and just set this main fiber on there, and you can stab it just to get it started, sort of delineate where that line is and that center is, and then take a piece of anything that you have left, usually something that sort of matches the main color, and just take a thin piece of wool and lay it on top and needle felt that over it. And what that does is really secures those locks down. Make sure that's pretty well felted, because that's your shot to get this on. And then after you've done that, put it on its side, bring the two sections together, and then you can needle felt it this way. We forgot to put the white dot in his eyes. Needs a white dot.
Do I have one of those?
Yes.
Well,
That's how we know you're living.
Oh, yes. That and the fact that I talk to you and tell jokes.
Right. And then, just kind of play with your mane. You can have it sticking up. You could kind of needle felt it so that it's laying over. Whatever you prefer. To do the tail, I try to find a good section of locks, and I don't try, I do find and then this time I just keep all the good ends pointing in the same direction. Good ends being not the cut end. Like this. And then you just put it over what we've done already. And you can needle felt that a little bit, and then take a little piece of wool similar in color and just wrap around to make sure that everything is staying in place. I've tried a lot of different techniques for the tails. I am definitely open to suggestions here because I feel as if I have not yet found the perfect method.
You know, I think you were snoring last night.
You do?
I don't think it was me.
I have a funny story about snoring. I was snuggling with Max and Evan while they were reading. Actually, all three of us were reading, but I fell asleep first. And I woke up because I heard Evan kept saying, "Max, stop farting." But it was me snoring. Max is like, "I'm not. It's Mom."
You sure you weren't farting?
I'm sure. So I just kind of kept half waking up. Alright, I'm just taking some gray and putting it around the top base of this tail to hold these locks on. You are going to do a better job than I'm doing right now because I want to make sure we get through the video with a little more care and time. Stand up, little pony.
What did the pony say when it fell down?
I don't know what.
I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
That was my favorite.
Oh,
That
good.
was my favorite joke of the pony series.
Excellent.
Yeah. Anyway, tail. Could be better. But you get the idea. Okay, to make the dapples, you're going to take some of this, the thinner almond gray, and really, really thin amount, lay it one way across the butt. I like to do the butt and shoulders. And then another thin amount, kind of crisscross it to create a crisscross. It's part of the stroke that I've had today. And then, so it's just sitting on there. And then when you needle felt, kind of imagine circles. And if you just start stabbing that really thin, single needle might be better, thin layer into circles, it creates dapples. And it just takes a little bit of time and concentration. And if you're doing spots like an Appaloosa, really you just have to take small amounts and create the little spots that you want. Now, to avoid it looking quilted because you just stabbed in these certain areas, you can use either the punch or the pen tool to just kind of smooth out the area. Pen tool is probably better. It's when I did the tiger and the giraffe, like they got so poked in the place where the spots were. So he's got little dapples. This one was done another time, and it's a little better executed. So my pony, I'll probably just keep messing with it a little more. You could give them eyelashes. I'll probably do dapples on his shoulder. I'm going to put the little white dot in his eye. I can do that right now. Very, very small amount of the white. And I just roll it in my fingers. And then I use a thin, the 40 twist needle to target that little, usually put them like 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the eye. If you just stab in the same place, you can really get a very small dot. That's it, Milo.
That's wild.
Yes.
That was a long haul.
Wild ponies.
Wild ponies, yes.
Are wild. That was a big project.
You did it.
We did it. We're going to do some beginner projects next.
That's good.
Yes.
Like what?
Puffy bunny puffs.
Sounds kind of delicious.
Fuzzy chicks.
Also tasty.
And maybe basket bunnies. Maybe we can get at least 2 in before Easter. And then we'll go from there. Who knows what's after that.
Conquer the world.
Right. Alright. I hope you enjoyed making your ponies and that you will check out SarafinaFiberArt.com for some supply packs and a layout of all the videos and other good things, newsletters and such. Should we dance it out?
Of course.
Alright.